Hello, all guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Welcome to the newest episode of the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast, brought to you on YouTube, on Spotify, on Google and Apple Podcasts. I'm Austin. I'm a knockout. Watch a lot of wrestling.
I'm David. I'm a noob. Haven't watched nearly as much wrestling. And as somebody who is currently about to enter Tech Week, helping a bunch of kids put on Midsummer Night's Dream, you know what I could just keep using more and more of in my entertainment? Love squares.
I figured that was how you were gonna put this one. So yes, we are coming to this is again as I talked about this, our very first episode of this 2012 to 2014 era was like my biggest time as a fan of WWE specifically, because it was when I first came into it, and we are going right back to it, our first story arc in this period of time, and I'm very excited. We are going to cover in a quick, it's only going to be 3 episodes of this podcast.
Oh.
We are kind of bum rushing through this arc, but we are covering the summer of 2012 of the WWE Championship scene, where CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, and Kane fought over the title. But let's be honest, no one really. The more remembered part is they were fighting over AJ Lee.
Yeah. Again, this is so wild to me, and this is such quintessential 2000s to 2010s WWE of, hey, we could just have a bunch of sportsy dudes beefing over a sports thing and fighting each other, but what if we injected some weird personal drama bullshit into it and kind of had all of that usurp any of the actual sports side to this that we got going on?
So I am treating, from my side of it, I'm almost treating this arc as proof that this 2012 didn't suck. Thank you. It definitely didn't. What are you talking about? Because 2012 WWE has a very bad reputation among fans. I am very nostalgic for it, and I don't know if this is the best full we're only covering one storyline here, so I don't know if it's the best encapsulation of this era of time.
Yeah, I was almost convinced you were going to do something like Shield related for this arc.
Shield actually wasn't until late 2012. They debuted in November 2012. So
okay.
Actually, they're coming up on their 10th anniversary this year.
Oh shit.
When you think about it. But I picked this storyline kind of specifically because the first time we had Claire here, we did the Christmas 2012 episode, and kind of in explaining how AJ Lee got to where she was in that episode, I kind of casually talked about this storyline, and neither of you seemed that into it when I said it, and I remember it being good. So I was like, let's remind me how this all goes and see how I think about it.
Okay.
That was my motivation for this one in particular.
You know what? I know this one is it's personal for you. This is something that carries a lot of meaning for you. So I am going in with an open mind, and we are covering 3 of my absolute faves to ever come out of the WWE. CM Punk, who is just tied with Rey Mysterio for my favorite wrestler of all time. We have my good boy Daniel Bryan, who is just the best, and we have Kane, who, despite being a really fucking obnoxious libertarian mayor these days, back in the day, he was a pretty fun guy when he wasn't going through weird kayfabe controversies that have to do with rape and necrophilia.
Happy to separate art from artist on this one.
Very happy.
I very much enjoy Kane as a wrestler overall.
Yeah, and what's funny to me too is I remember when we did the Christmas episode with Claire. This is when the Daniel Bryan and Kane, we are good buddies who met in heel anger management angle was going on. But here they seem to be feuding, so I'm interested to see what that's all about too.
Yeah.
But that's the context through which I kind of came to love both Kane and Daniel Bryan. So returning to this era is exciting for me for that reason too.
Fun fact, that was also the context with which how I came to love that. We're going to talk a little bit more about my history with Daniel Bryan when I talk more about this arc.
Okay.
But Team Hell No was also my moment that clicked of like, oh my God, Daniel Bryan is awesome.
Daniel Bryan, it's so funny to me because I was introduced to him as this absolute goofball who's palling around with Kane for reasons. And then I know like he left WWE and like the kind of last thing he did was like he was an evil environmentalist or whatever. And now he's just the man whom likes to bash people's heads in on AEW. So there are many shades of Daniel Bryan, and so I feel like it's going to be interesting because like my love for him has evolved so much over time because it started with Hell No when he's being all goofy with Kane, and now I love him for being the insane technician, one of the best pro wrestlers of all time he is, and now we're whiplashing back to Hell No, or at least proto Hell No, and that's going to be really interesting to see play out.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you because we're not going to go far enough to really see this connect in the storyline, but this storyline and the after effects of it directly connect into Kane and Daniel Bryan going to anger management and becoming and bonding over anger management. So
yes,
it's all part of like a whole long-term arc that Daniel Bryan goes through for pretty much 2012.
Oh my God. Okay.
So yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it. Is that I will say this arc is a lot like the arcs we've done with the AEW Women's Eliminator Tournament and the NXT Horsewomen arc, where we will only be covering all the parts of one storyline week to week as opposed to individual episodes. I basically just felt I don't really know how to break this up into like 5-ish episodes to cover on a podcast. Like, I don't know how to hit the important beats and still make it feel like we got the picture.
Yeah.
For this storyline from what I remember it.
Fair enough.
So I will talk about where Daniel Bryan and CM Punk are coming from, and Kane and AJ Lee, I guess.
Yes.
Where the four of them are coming from coming into this arc. Because today we are covering basically at post Extreme Rules 2012 to Over the Limit 2012.
Okay.
Where this arc, that's late April to late May. So we're coming into it from where to start. I will go ahead and start with CM Punk because that's probably the easiest to get out of the way. Because CM Punk is the least involved person here. Him and Kane both.
Which is ironic because AJ Lee is his wife IRL.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that aspect of it, I think. But CM Punk is the WWE champion at this point in time. Nice. He has been champion since November of 2011. You know, despite how the summer of Punk kind of crashed and burned its way out of there. At Survivor Series 2011, he did pick up the WWE Championship again, and he would stay champion until Royal Rumble 2013, well over a year as champion, and when he lost it to The Rock.
Lost it to The Rock, of fucking course.
Right. So right now he is a big babyface WWE champion. He's where everything's coming up Punk here, and he's coming out of an intensely personal storyline with Chris Jericho.
Hey.
Jericho, he feuded with Jericho in the build at WrestleMania and at Extreme Rules, and basically where the storyline was, Chris Jericho was trying to psychologically get at Punk by attacking him for his straight edgeness, trying to kind of attack him with alcohol, and also going at his family members. It was all about making it personal.
You know, if I had a nickel for every time Chris Jericho feuded with a wrestler who got hugely popular off their mic skills, and that feud lasted more than one pay-per-view cycle, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it is weird that it happened twice, right?
Oh, yeah. Eddie Kingston style, baby.
Yeah. The long live the forever feud, motherfucker.
Yeah. So obviously Jericho does not beat Punk for the title, but I like the feud overall. I think it's one of the more I remember it being one of the better alcohol feuds. Probably it helps that Punk is straight edge and not an alcoholic.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
I
I feel
think
like
it.
if you're
I
gonna do
think
an
it hits.
alcohol feud,
It
like
hits different. I think when you have it when it's trying to like
Yes.
tempt a straight edge person to
Yeah,
drink
like Temptation of
versus
Christ is a far more compelling angle than like just having someone fall back into alcoholism.
Yeah. So CM Punk is in need of a new challenger, and it has been set up for this first episode of Raw that we're going to watch. Is they're doing a Beat the Clock challenge. Beat the Clock challenge is basically a WWE staple. I admit I'm not a huge fan of it, and I'll explain it in a minute. But basically, they set up a bunch of matches all in one night, say 4 or 5 matches, and basically the person who wins their match the fastest wins the challenge.
Oh yeah, you've mentioned this before. Yeah, it's kind of dumb.
It's kind of not fun because then you're just watching a bunch of guys do sub 5-minute matches, and that could be okay if the matches themselves were compelling and fast paced, but they are basically normal WWE paced matches, but in under 5 minutes.
Of course they wasted their resources like that. God fucking damn it.
Right. So this has been set up by I guess this is the best time to bring it up. This has been set up by actually, you know what? I'll save it to the end because he is the least important person to the story. But for Kane, Kane in late 2011, early 2012 brought back the mask. He had unmasked for a time.
Yay!
And it was and it was met with meh. But he put the mask back on. It was met with great rejoicing.
And there was much rejoicing. Yay!
He feuded with John Cena for a long time and embraced the hate. Basically, the first but not the last storyline that tried to make the emotional through line was trying to tempt John Cena to be a bad person. That kind of pick at the idea of John Cena as a good person and tempt him to be the shittier person that they think he could be.
Yeah, you've told me about one of these before too. With I
think Bray Wyatt did it.
Bray Wyatt, yup.
Bray Wyatt did it better 2 years later in my book. But this Kane was really the first time they went to this well of like tempting John Cena to be evil, to embrace the hate as Kane put it.
You know, it would be really compelling if like we ever saw John Cena like actually do that rather than
that's the problem with all of the storylines is that he never falls to temptation,
and it never
he
feels
just beats
the
the bad guys. So so it's like whatever.
Okay, sure.
However, Kane obviously did not succeed. He then transitioned into a feud with Randy Orton. It was just basically I'm a kill you, Randy, you piece of shit. I'm going after your family because he attacked Cowboy Bob Orton. In the build up, and then Randy responded by fridging Paul Bearer.
Jesus.
Literally put him in a fridge and then shut the door.
Randy Orton invented Paul Bearers in refrigerators tropes.
That's not even the first time that a character has a kayfabe implied to have murdered Paul Bearer. It is, by my count, the third time that someone has implied to have murdered Paul Bearer.
You would think at a point people would just wise up that he's not actually dead.
You'd think. But Kane, I think Randy Orton beat Kane in that feud. But Kane doesn't have a big part to play in this particular episode, but he will until the very, very end of it. But I wanted to go ahead and say where Kane was, as he's basically a big, scary monster. Let's get to the more important part. Daniel Bryan and AJ Lee. So in December of 2011, Daniel Bryan cashed in his Money in the Bank contract to beat the Big Show and become the World Heavyweight Champion.
Okay.
And then I don't remember, it was around this time he also got a girlfriend, AJ Lee.
Okay.
And their relationship was basically AJ is super into him and he is so blatantly not into her.
Haven't they done that angle with AJ before too? Didn't
this was
John Cena at one point?
No, this is the first time.
Okay, Cena but they did it again with her later.
This is after it becomes a trope for her. The
Why?
original.
Oh no.
Well, it became a trope for her because it blew up. Like, it blew up as a storyline. People
God.
loved her stuff with Daniel Bryan. I could go beat by beat of the stuff that happened, but I think I'll just go ahead and stick to the main, like the perfect encapsulation of their relationship is backstage at one time. AJ Lee was like, "I love you, Daniel," and Daniel's response was, "And I appreciate that."
Oh no.
However, despite the obvious signs, AJ Lee was faithful to Daniel to the end, and then fast forward to WrestleMania 28 in 2012. Daniel Bryan is world champion. He's taking on Sheamus, who won the Royal Rumble that year, and the match starts. It's the first match of WrestleMania. Daniel Bryan turns around, gets a good luck kiss from AJ, turns back around, gets kicked in the face by Sheamus. 1, 2, 3. Sheamus beats Daniel Bryan in 18 seconds at WrestleMania.
The SmackDown Championship. Why?
For shock value. To have Daniel lose the title in 18 seconds.
The fuck?
Now, plenty of people on the internet will tell you that it was one of the worst decisions that creative decisions WWE has ever made. And I am here to defend that choice. I don't hate it as much as most people do. I get why. Basically, Daniel Bryan was portrayed as more or less a paper champion. He was he frequently retained his title through luck and a bullshit. It helped that he routinely feuded with The Big Show and Mark Henry to further, emphasize that somebody just needs to get his hands on him and actually wrestle him, and they'll be able to, and they could beat Daniel. But he keeps weaseling his way out of losing the title, and so Sheamus beating him.
Wait. So they basically made Daniel Bryan the WWE 2012 Mikey Whipwreck?
In a sense, he was more capable than Whipwreck, but he was still kind of a Weasley heel champion. And Sheamus beating him in 18 seconds at Mania was kind of the culmination of that, of somebody finally just beating him.
Whoa.
And I say, this is all taking place when I first started watching WWE. I fucking hated Daniel Bryan. I admit, I got worked real hard by Daniel Bryan this entire arc of his. I remember at some point, I remember when I was playing the WWE 12 video game, I would do matches where I would just like beat Daniel Bryan up and just hit finish spams on him as an emotionally satisfactory thing. I would just like do matches and just like beat the shit out of him for 20 minutes.
Teenage Austin was having a time with that, huh?
I freely admit, worked real hard by Daniel Bryan, even though
Austin really said Daniel Bryan can go to hell and die.
Yep, pretty much. Obviously now I can appreciate it for what it was and how good it was. So after Mania, also I will say this was actually a huge turning point for Daniel Bryan's career. Is after he lost in 18 seconds, the crowd revolted at because remember, WrestleMania is like the hardcorest of hardcore fans. You kind of have to be willing to dump that much money to go to a wrestling show.
Yes.
And so at this point in time, Daniel Bryan was doing the yes, yes, yes chant to be obnoxious, and the crowd unironically started doing it as a measure of support, as an act of defiant rebellion for WWE booking Daniel Bryan to lose in 18 seconds like a chump.
Damn, okay.
And this would be the turning point in the crowd actually starting to like him. You'll see it, but Daniel Bryan as a character is going to start making choices to kind of like push back against it, because he's still a heel and he's still trying to get people to hate him. So he's avoiding playing into the crowd doing yes chants with him. It's why he starts doing no chants.
Yeah.
It's because everyone started doing yes chants. So he's like, no.
You know, I find it really funny that the crowd that he was this heel and people presumably hated him, but it was just like they were so pissed the booking decision. They're like, "Fuck it, we're on his side now," and then they just stayed on his side.
Yeah. It was, and this momentum would, of course, carry him forward to eventually winning the WWE title at WrestleMania, but that's a story for another time.
That's a story for another time and many years later.
Yeah, so so Extreme Rules 2012, he had a rematch with Sheamus. It was 2 out of 3 falls. Sheamus won, of course, but it was basically like, here, guys, here's the match they should have had at Mania. Here's the real match.
And Sheamus was a face at this point.
He's very much a goody good WWE babyface.
I know, because I know he's a heel nowadays, so I just kind of like assume, like, I forget that, like, when we first kind of started the show and we were watching some stuff around this era, he was very much a face, so much so that it was a shock to me to see him as a heel when we went to the house show.
Yeah, to be fair, he wasn't super successful as a babyface. Like, people didn't latch on to him that much. Like, he wasn't. He won the world title a few times, but
generic, like, I'm Irish. Yay.
Yeah, and he's still doing that, but you know.
Yeah, except now he's able to do I'm Irish, and so let me shit on the place that we're currently at by comparing it to Ireland for heel heat.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Yeah, see that's how you get him. He was mean to Detroit, so we all booed him. As simple as that. Simple math, baby.
It is how you do it. So, but the important story beat for our purposes is that the SmackDown after WrestleMania, Daniel Bryan came to the ring and he broke up with AJ. Because as far as he's concerned, AJ cost him the match at Mania, and she's dead weight. So time to skedoodle out of here. And AJ Lee is distraught about this, and she spends several weeks desperately trying to get him back. And Daniel Bryan is like, nope, fuck you, bitch. I don't need you. I don't want you. Goodbye.
Later. You gave me a good luck kiss, and I somehow blame the loss on you because of that.
You distracted me. Go to hell.
Yeah, in fact, you know, Daniel Bryan is convinced she gave him, in fact, a bad luck kiss. He putting on that tinfoil hat real hard, don't you know?
He did. So after a few weeks of failing to get him back, AJ has kind of accepted that it's not happening and is causing her to kind of like lash out and be angry at people. She had a match with Natalya where she just kind of aggressively beat Natalya's ass until the ref DQ'd her and told her to stop because you're going too far. And then backstage, Matt Stryker, who was working as a backstage interviewer for WWE at this point in time, tries to get an interview with AJ about everything that's gone down, and her best friend Caitlin, they used to be a tag team known as the Chick Busters. Caitlin came in and was like, "Hey, back off." But then she also tries to break through to AJ, try to get AJ to see that like Daniel Bryan was in fact a shitty boyfriend and a terrible person. And AJ's response was to slap her. So you could say that AJ is going a little crazy right now. Please keep that phrasing in mind.
Yes. Women be shopping. My favorite wrestling trope of them all.
Sure, yeah. So, but basically my point is that AJ Lee is still very distraught over the end of her relationship with Daniel Bryan, even if Daniel Bryan is very happy to not be in it anymore.
Well, considering what we're here to do, I don't think he's escaped it as much as he thinks he has. So,
no, he hasn't.
Uh-oh.
We'll get there. The last thing I want to talk about is a thing I have to talk about to understand some of the arc of this episode, because John Laurinaitis is an important element to this story, this part of the story. So I guess I have to explain him. So John Laurinaitis is the executive vice president of talent relations and the general manager of Raw and SmackDown. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that for any kind of. I love that you have the water on hand. You knew. You're like, oh fuck, I gotta be prepared. Austin's got like 10 water bottles off screen right now, just waiting to go. Like after each impression's gotta just down one entirely. You open the gullet just straight down.
I thought I was prepared for this, but I guess not. Okay. But basically, old Johnny Ace, he is the current general manager of Raw and SmackDown. He got the job because at WrestleMania, there was a big old tag match where one team represented Johnny Ace, who was the GM for Raw, and one team represented Teddy Long, who was the GM for SmackDown. And Johnny Ace's team won. And so he's now running all the shows. And he almost immediately inserted his own. He basically immediately inserted people who were loyal to him. David Otunga is his new legal counsel. David Otunga, I don't think we ever talked. I don't ever talked about him.
I've never heard that name before.
Yeah, he is a wrestler. Famously, he's like a Harvard-educated lawyer, but he really likes wrestling. So he's a wrestler.
Have we seen him wrestle once?
Probably.
I remember there being a Harvard-educated lawyer who wrestled.
Probably. We've probably seen him wrestle before, but he is a kayfabe lawyer, and these days he's actually a WWE lawyer legit.
Wait. So when he was doing this angle, was he only a kayfabe lawyer, or was he a lawyer IRL?
I mean, he could practice, but he didn't.
Okay. Oh, okay. Then yeah, I think it is this guy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Eve Torres, another one of the women's wrestlers. She was inserted as Johnny Ace's PA, which feels a lot grosser now.
Oh God, yeah,
doesn't it?
Yeah, just a little bit.
But basically, she is there to do the same shit as John Laurinaitis when John Laurinaitis is not available. Same heel character. He rehired Teddy Long for the sole purpose of humiliating him. He put wrestlers on Teddy Long's team in bad situations. As an example, he made R-Truth wrestle a 2-on-1 handicap match against Mark Henry and David Otunga.
Christ.
He's power tripping real hard is what I'm trying to say. And maybe the crown jewel of this is he brought in mercenary Brock Lesnar back to WWE to fight John Cena.
Oh, God. Oh, is this leading up to the Cena squash?
No, that happens later. That's post-streak break.
Oh, okay.
This is just Brock Lesnar's back in the company for the first time since 2004. He has the big match with John Cena at Extreme Rules that Cena wins LOL.
Whoops.
But Brock Lesnar basically John Laurinaitis don't like CM Punk and he don't like John Cena, and that is going to come up. Is all.
Yeah, I remember seeing before that Laurinaitis and Punk didn't get along terribly well. I forget when that was, though.
I mean, kayfabe wise here, he was shitting on Laurinaitis even during the Summer of Punk thing, because that was
okay. Then yeah, that might have been it.
That's when he did the promo where he talked about Laurinaitis firing people.
Yeah. Okay, yep. That must have been it then.
And then ever since Laurinaitis became an actual on-screen authority figure and CM Punk was the hot babyface champion, they haven't gotten along any better.
Well, I didn't expect them to. I just kind of expected both of them getting more power means they're just going to rub each other the wrong way. Imagine my shock.
Yeah, so John Laurinaitis has a whole feud with John Cena going on at this point in time, including literally wrestling Cena in a match on pay-per-view. It's gonna main event the pay-per-view we're gonna watch on this episode.
I'm sorry, what?
It sucked. It sucked real bad.
Yeah, since when the fuck are we letting Johnny Ace wrestle anybody?
I will admit Johnny Ace has a prolific career as a professional wrestler in Japan, but he's now old as shit. He does. He was a big, as the story goes, is that basically he had a long career in All Japan Pro Wrestling because the owner, Giant Baba, his wife thought Johnny Ace was cute. So he had a job for life on that one. And he had a very prolific career. and he won quite a few titles in his time in Japan.
What?
He's also considered the inventor of the ace cutter, which you probably think of more often as the diamond cutter or the RKO.
Oh my god, wait, fuck. That started with him? I feel like I knew about that vaguely, but I don't know, like, I can't, what the hell?
Yeah, crazy. He's even going to talk about it on this episode.
What the fuck?
But yeah, homie is not the wrestler he used to be, I'm going to say that.
Yeah, wasn't he one of the ones who took a stunner from Stone Cold at WrestleMania recently?
Probably.
I know Vince did. I'm pretty sure it's either like Johnny Ace or it was like Pat McAfee. I don't know.
I think it was McAfee.
Okay.
But Johnny Ace is going to have a match with John Cena and main event a pay-per-view, and I'm only bringing that up because CM Punk is going to have words about it, and that informs certain elements of how this story goes to this episode, so I kind of have to bring it up.
Christ. Well, I can't wait to see more of my second favorite ex-WWE executive and lifelong sex pest, John Laurinaitis.
So that if you want to watch along with us, as a reminder, we're watching the episodes of the April 30th Raw. I should have this on hand. We are going to be watching the April 30th, 2012 episode of Monday Night Raw up to the Over the Limit pay-per-view on May 20th, 2012. Only the segments involving Daniel Bryan and CM Punk and AJ Lee. If you want to watch along with us, you can do that at Peacock at NBC Universal streaming service. That's where WWE has all their content these days. $4.99 a month with ads, $9.99 a month without ads.
Yep. I mean, fuck Peacock, but yeah, do the thing.
Of course. So we will be back to discuss the first part of the Love Square Summer of 2012 storyline for the WWE title.
Hell yeah.
Yep. And we are back. We have just finished about a month's worth of segments from the April 30th, 2012 episode of Monday Night Raw all the way to Over the Limit 2012.
I feel like I just traveled through time. Went on a crash course through space time. Fuck, even my shirt's different. Oh shit.
Yeah, my shirt is also different. Please ignore that.
We whiplash through time, and that's the only explanation for why things are slightly different.
Yep, that's it, of course. So my initial thoughts on this, and I thought about it when I was also putting this together, is I honestly wasn't sure if I wanted to include this month of stuff in this arc because it's not the meat of this arc. It's very set. They plant a lot of seeds to it.
Yes.
And I think I ultimately agreed to do this because I was like, oh, there's only like 2 more pay-per-view cycles for this storyline. So you know what? I don't want to do a 2-episode thing again. I'll just include it anyway. But I think I still appreciated having it and actually seeing the seed planting.
No, I very much enjoyed the seed planting aspect of this. Like, obviously you are you're killer at the explanations of what we're watching ahead of time. But being able to see the seed planting in real time kind of all makes it fall together a little bit more. And I have to say, like, some of the seed plantings actually kind of like fun. Like, okay, broad thoughts before we get into the nitty gritty of like, this is one of those like I think this is one of those like the whole is greater than the sum of its parts thing, because I mean this is very much early 2010s WWE storytelling.
Yeah, it is, and I will say that I appreciate that it was a very straightforward storyline before.
Yeah, that is the part of it I really do appreciate.
But then it is also a straightforward I'm trying to be the bestest wrestler storyline in 2012 WWE. It's not exactly the most compelling TV week to week, but I agree. It was also cool in real time to kind of see how they set up stuff that becomes more relevant in the coming months.
Yeah, no, I mean, what makes that I'm trying to be, and again, we'll get into this. What makes that I'm trying to be the bestest thing compelling is the fact that we actually have like 3 of the best workers for the company kind of in the spotlight here. So coupling the straightforward I'm trying to be the bestest angle with really solid in-ring work, that's what adds the compelling side to it. I mean, obviously, I guess that's kind of how it is for like any of this good stuff. But like, we have 2 people who are especially competent on mic, DB and Punk especially, obviously. And we have them fighting it out, and Kane is looming in the background, is going to get involved at some point, and he's solid worker too. So even if the material feels kind of underdeveloped because WWE playing a storyline straight in 2012 is like the most laugh in the face of that sentence thing you could think of. They have good people. They have good people working it. So not a horrible experience watching this one, I have to say overall. But we'll get into the nitty gritty.
Sure. So we're going to start with the 2012 episode of the April 30th, 2012 episode of Raw. We skipped the most of the Beat the Clock challenge because I felt it was largely irrelevant and a time waste for us because we already know how this is going to go on, Like, we're here for the story of CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan. Obviously, Daniel Bryan is going to win.
Wow!
So
no way.
We don't need to watch the Big Show and Great Khali try to have a match together.
Oh no!
It was rough.
I can imagine. I don't know much about the Great Khali, but I know that there's not always a good time.
He is very immobile. Like even on the standards of like 7 foot tall big man immobility. He's immobile.
Oh, yeah, wait, we've watched Big Khali, I think, once or twice before, right?
Probably. We've probably came across him at least once.
I think I can't remember when, but I remember a long time ago Wait, he had a thing with Hornswoggle, right?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, okay, yeah, we've seen him
because
with
biggest guy, littlest guy comedy.
Yeah, for my money, gotta say, I'll take Satnam Singh any day.
Absolutely, but I have hot takes to give about Satnam Singh, but this is not the podcast for that. We don't talk about current events here.
Current events on my wrestling retrospective podcast.
But I gotta say, I am a bigger fan of Satnam Singh than most.
I actually have to agree with that. I don't like who he's paired with, but I do. I am here for the Satnam singiness of it all. That is. I will get down with that hot take. But anyway,
on the final match of the Beat the Clock challenge, Randy Orton, I think, had to set the time at 4 minutes 16 seconds. I think it was. I didn't write it down, just going off memory. But it's Daniel Bryan versus Jerry Lawler.
Jerry Lawler, which complicated feelings about this match because why in the name of fuck are we still letting Jerry Lawler in the ring in the year of our Lord 2012? I mean, why are we letting him in the ring at all? I know he was a legend on his Indies circuit territory, whatever, way back in the day, but Jesus Christ, it's 2012 and this man is a fucking pedophile. Stop.
He hasn't had a heart attack on Raw yet, so we're still letting him wrestle.
Wait, he had a heart attack on Raw?
Yeah, in September 2012. He had a match with Dolph Ziggler. Then he went back on commentary, and later in the night, he had a heart attack live on air, and Michael Cole had to work solo. I don't remember if he worked solo or if he went silent the rest of the show.
An actual IRL heart attack?
Yep.
What?
He had a legitimate heart attack on air.
What? And they kept the cameras rolling?
They didn't have the cameras on him, but the show continued. Yeah, we finished the show.
What did they do? Did they bring EMS out and like cart him out or some shit?
Yep. Yeah. Off screen, they just had EMS cart him away.
Jeez. Jesus Christ. What?
But I think that was the end of Jerry Lawler doing matches in WWE. Of course, the indies being the indies, he still wrestles, I think, to this day on indie shows. But, you know.
Why?
I think that was the last time WWE let him have a match.
This man is a known pedophile. Why? Why does he still have a job?
Because he's a legend. Attitude Era. Puppies.
Fuck you. Fuck you. So, fuck the fact that Lawler's here. However, we do have the obvious, like, preconceived conclusion here that this time I am actually going to watch Jerry Lawler lose. Thank God.
Yeah, I thought you were going to be so happy to watch Jerry Lawler get his ass beat. Because that's honestly the only reason he does this match is so that Daniel Bryan can beat a guy in like 2 minutes. The
ultimate head kicker. Yeah, I feel like that's such a fucked thing to do. Like, just of all the people to pair, just Jerry Lawler going in there just be cannon fodder for Daniel Bryan so we can have like a super short, someone backstage had to know, right? Like in kayfabe, like
yeah,
they're just like, yeah, we're just basically setting Daniel, like, you know, we give all these other people legitimate fucking competitors, and then Daniel Bryan gets Jerry Lawler. Yeah, that's a fair, that's a fair and equal opportunity.
Yeah, I think Miz had is this really worth looking up? But I'm gonna look up the Raw results for this show to see what the rest of the Beat the Clock challenge was.
Because I can't remember like who I saw.
No, the other is I did not give a shit. The other matches on this show were, oh my god, I don't need photos for every single match on this show. Wiki fandom. Okay, so The Miz beat Santino Marella in 4 minutes 18 seconds.
Okay.
Chris Jericho and Big Show ended in a time limit draw because those are two main event guys. Obviously, they're going to go longer than 4 minutes, 18 seconds.
Yes.
Randy Orton beat Jack Swagger in 4 minutes and 16 seconds. Kane and the Great Khali went to a time limit draw, and then Daniel Bryan beat Jerry Lawler in 2:20. So, like,
Jesus.
The Miz and Daniel Bryan kind of got the easy ones here, relatively speaking.
And Miz still fun. And I mean, Santino's like still established as like he's a fucking goofball, but he's still able to like JK roll his way to victory a lot of the time. So like, you know, easy in theory, but still like, you know, not a Jerry Lawler tier. This guy's like fucking old, and no way is he ever gonna have a snowball's chance in hell against the Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, so Daniel Bryan got the deck stacked in his favor on this one.
Yep, don't know why, but okay.
I don't have any real notes on it because, I mean, it's a 2-minute squash match. Jerry Lawler hits some of his signature stuff, his punches and shit, and Daniel Bryan mostly just kicks his head off and then taps him out with the yes.
Honestly, I wish we had gotten more of Daniel Bryan kicking Jerry Lawler's head. I want a fucking 20-minute epic of Daniel Bryan just smashing Jerry Lawler's head in. I actually would have been happy with that. It would have been fucking cathartic. But at the very least, Jerry Lawler did not get to go off screen and ride the hoe train after this.
That's true. My only real note is they cut backstage to Randy Orton watching the match because he was the leader at the time. And I was like, he's watching the TV at a normal angle. What the fuck?
This feels wrong. I feel like I need to bleach my eyes after seeing Randy Orton just like facing the TV in a normal way and not awkwardly cheating out for the camera. What?
Yeah, I was like, what? No, what? That's not right. Move, Randy.
That's not how you watch a TV.
Yeah, so Daniel Bryan wins and CM Punk comes out on the stage to be like, yeah,
you want this bitch? You want this bitch?
that is that. So we go to the May 4th episode of SmackDown. We skipped a lot. I will talk about what we missed here is that basically Daniel Bryan opened the show with a match with Sheamus. He won by DQ because Alberto Del Rio interfered. They complained backstage. They had a fight backstage about it because Daniel Bryan is like, I didn't ask for your help, and I didn't need your help, and I don't want your help. Ooh. And so Eve Torres, who was doing duties for John Laurinaitis this week, was like, okay, Daniel, you get a rematch with Sheamus later tonight, and Alberto Del Rio can't interfere. Then the main event of the show is that rematch where Sheamus wins. It's basically just like a narrative wrap up to everything that the Sheamus Daniel Bryan story stuff from the last 2 months, and a setting up because is that Sheamus is about to enter a long feud with Alberto Del Rio over the summer of 2012, and so they're kind of setting that up too. It's a transition episode from a narrative perspective, and I honestly wanted to include it for the sake of like variety, but I could not justify the time devoted to this, to including it.
That's fair.
Just wanted to say it happened. But the thing that we did watch is that backstage, Caitlyn was talking with Alicia Fox, and AJ Lee comes over to her and to talk to Caitlyn and apologizes for slapping the shit out of her last week and says that wasn't her.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
Mm-hmm. And Caitlyn is like, I felt really betrayed, and I was just trying to be your friend, you know, and then you slap me, but she's like, you say this isn't you. Well, you got to stop this pity party over Daniel Bryan, all right? And
I will say she did this kind of like fake out moment where she's like, I felt really betrayed, and I just want to say, I know it wasn't you, sweetie. It's okay. I get like it was definitely one of those fake out moments of like, we thought like it looked like it was like Caitlyn was about to start shit, and then she's like, no, it's fine. But I do need to give you some of that, you know, good old friendly tough love, and like, you need to stop this pity party because Daniel Bryan sucks and you're better than him. You need to move on. And like, you just fucking see this switch flip in AJ Lee's head, where as soon as it must be like a trigger for her or something of like, she hears once again that Daniel Bryan sucks and just boom, locks on to Caitlyn and just smacks her dead across the face. Caitlyn falls over, and that was a real slap too. That wasn't a fucking stick. Caitlyn got legitimately smacked hard across the cheek by AJ Lee, which is fucking nuts. And like, just all of the remorse gone, and AJ stands above her downed friend, just like fucking seething through her nostrils. Just
this we talk about seed planning, and I think that the AJ Lee bits that we do get, she is very much a bit player in this series of episodes, but what we do get sets up a lot for what she's going to be doing in the next 2 months of stuff.
Yeah, apparently what she's got going on is that she's got like a fucking trigger phrase for anyone trying to suggest to her that Daniel Bryan's a piece of shit.
Oh, just wait till she gets the trigger phrase. Just you wait for that.
Wait, there's an actual trigger phrase? What?
Yes. I don't know if we're going to get to it in this arc, but she's going to have a trigger phrase.
What? Why are they playing AJ Lee as like this like crazy bitch character? That's so fucking cringy.
Kinda is, but it worked. It was very popular at the time.
I'm sure it was.
The crowd loved it.
Well, yeah, because the crowd isn't always terribly good in examining their internal biases. However,
but no, she be crazy is what we're setting up here.
Yes, mental instability, the best gimmick, actually, scientifically proven.
Yeah. All right, let's get to some real material here. The May 7th, 2012 episode of Raw. We opened with John Laurinaitis. We got several. We got a
John
couple of,
Laurinaitis.
we got several Johnny Ace monologues.
Yeah,
This
I want it known that every single time I mention him in my notes, I just have John Laurinaitis or Laryngitis. I refuse to say the real. He's just John Laryngitis. That Jan Laryngitis, that fucking name that Santino Morello came up with for him is such pure gold and is so good at communicating the sheer disrespect I have for this man, that he is henceforth in my mind forever known as Jan Laryngitis. So
my notes only use Johnny Ace, so I don't have to try to type his name. For expediency. I'm like, Johnny Ace said this.
I'm not entirely sure I'm spelling laryngitis 100% correct either. But I feel I still feel better about that than typing out fucking Laurinaitis. Ugh.
Yeah. My autocorrect is not like it when I type Laurinaitis.
Off the bat, I gotta shout out two fucking great signs in the audience. There's someone with an "I'm Little Jimmy" sign, which I wish we could have gotten a live what's his nuts reaction to
R-Truth?
it. No, oh yeah, R-Truth. Jesus, I was thinking Jimmy Hart for a second. Fuck.
No.
Yeah, I wish we could have gotten I wish we could have gotten a live R-Truth reaction to that of him just like going up to the crowd and saying like, "Little Jimmy." That would have been beautiful.
That's the thing is, like, by this point in time, R-Truth is like the lovey comedy babyface again. And so like the Little Jimmy thing has been completely recontextualized. It's no longer him like being mad at the little Jimmies that boo him and cheer John Cena, which is what the original intention was.
It's literally just him having schizophrenia, right?
Now it's him having like an imaginary friend called Little Jimmy.
Yeah, no, I remember that from when we did Summer of Punk. Like he had bits based on like the imaginary friend that he kind of thinks is real, Little Jimmy.
Heels have gotten heel heat for attacking Little Jimmy.
Wait, what?
Heels have played along to the bullshit and attacked his imaginary friend for heel heat.
And they got heat off of it?
Absolutely they did.
Dude, I fucking love R-Truth, okay? Please, at some point, we need to run an R-Truth arc, because I love that man. Ron Killings, I adore with my whole heart, and he's the best of all of us, and everything he does is pure gold, and there's so much that he does that with anyone else I would think is just the most cringy bullshit, but he just sells it and makes it work, and Little Jimmy's a perfect example of that, and it's so emblematic to me of how good he is that you could just, back in the day, attack imaginary friend Little Jimmy for legitimate heel heat.
Totally. So, John Laurinaitis.
Oh, also, sorry, one more sign I gotta shout out. There's a fucking free Teddy Long sign, true, which fucking true.
Yeah, Teddy's not having a good time on SmackDown these days. We don't get to see it on this series of episodes because he's not really involved in the arc. But yeah, he's having a rough time.
Oh, he's the best.
So John Laurinaitis says how no one is allowed to question my authority. He just opens straight with that, and he is big mad because last week John Cena called me an idiot and a corporate jackass. And
he's not happy about being called names. He also said something about when I lose my temper, I go into a fit of destruction.
I wrote Johnny Ace Hulk posts. He's basically like when he's upset, he goes into a rage of destruction.
See, what it sounds to me is what it sounds like to me. Instead, that wasn't the association I made. I think he like apologizes for his like behavior on like a previous SmackDown or something. But he says when I lose my temper, I go into a fit of destruction. And honestly, the connection I made was that really it shouldn't have been Kane and DB bonding in heel anger management. It should have been AJ Lee and John Laurinaitis becoming best buddies in heel anger management, because they seem to share that trait, losing their temper and going into a fit of destruction.
What a weird alternate timeline that would have
That
been.
would have been a hell of a tag team.
But over the limit, he will. I don't remember the way he phrased it awkwardly, but he's going to continue what Lesnar started. By this point, he has announced that John Cena will be facing him at Over the Limit because he's power tripping and he wants to beat up John Cena.
Yeah, which I still don't understand why the hell Laurinaitis thinks that's going to work out for him, but K.
Well, because he thinks that, and we'll talk, and I think we'll touch more on this when we get to the second Laurinaitis promo we watched here, is that he thinks that what he's going to be able to do is just have Lord Tenzai or whoever just show up and beat up John Cena for him, and then he'll be able to win. But I wrote a direct quote, "I'm not going to apologize for hitting Cena's arm with injured arm with a chair." What a good guy he is.
John Laurinaitis really said, "I'm going to say it. I don't care that you broke your elbow."
What a tough but fair guy he is, and he says that the board of directors understands that he did what he had to do and did not reprimand him for this.
Yeah, John Laurinaitis is fair and balanced TM/CNR.
Of course, and he explains that Cena is not here tonight because he wants Cena to heal up for their rematch, for their big match at the pay-per-view. And in fact, for the next several weeks on Raw, John Cena will be sending in promo videos via satellite, Rock style, Dwayne The Rock Johnson style.
Oh shit! Are all of his pops going to be as awkwardly timed too? Find out.
Probably. And he'll be doing a satellite interview tonight, and he will apologize for making fun of my voice. And anyone who makes fun of my voice will face severe consequences.
You know, I'm really happy you brought that part up, because I just got to the part in my notes that was rather cryptic to me where I said Austin about to suffer some severe consequences, and I forgot what the hell that was in reference to.
Yeah, it was about making fun of his voice.
John Laryngitis is coming for you, buddy.
Yeah,
also,
let me see your trial, man.
If there's one, John Laurinaitis is about to fucking travel through time just to kick your ass. I also have, if there's one thing pro wrestlers are good at doing, and that's it. I don't know what that thought was supposed to be. Maybe letting stuff go. Maybe like taking it was either like in reference to him like letting something go, or like John, or like in reference to John Cena, like it might have been something, about like John Cena resting up. I don't know,
or apologizing, because I don't think no one does.
Oh yeah, apologize. Yeah, that's what it was. If there's one thing pro wrestlers are good at doing, it's apologizing. That never goes off with any hitches. In the world of pro wrestling.
So John Laurinaitis explains that his voice is the way it is, the way that I have been saying.
Yeah, we got a fucking like origin story for the. You know, I've heard the new Kenneth Branagh Agatha Christie movie, the Death on the Nile. Like, we get a like backstory for like Poirot's mustache, which I think is hysterical. This I think is even fucking funnier, that they actually give like the origin story for the fucked up laryngitis voice.
Yeah, so basically he got injured while he was wrestling in Japan, and he then like put together a montage to show on the Titantron of photos of him in Japan as a wrestler, because he explains how he was a big star in Japan. He said he was bigger than Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, and The Rock combined.
Truly the most monstrous heel move, making the audience look at your vacation slides.
Which is a whole lot of bullshit, I might add. While John Laurinaitis, as I said in the front half, was a successful wrestler in Japan, calling himself bigger than Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and The Rock combined is obviously very stupid and wrong.
That seems a wee bit of a stretch there. Good old Larry G.
He exaggerated just a little bit on that one.
Nah. It's utter sensation, and that's why everybody knows the name John Laurinaitis over
So
across the way.
he ends his speech with "May God bless people power," and then here comes CM Punk to to tell John to cut the shit.
Yeah, this fake communism shit, which I take exception to. The people power, you fucking capitalist pig? I think not. Here comes the true comrade, CM Punk, for to tell you what's what. Let me tell you. CM Punk has read Theory, okay?
This is where I took note of the Occupy Top Rope sign.
Yeah.
Very topical, yes. Very 2012.
Oh, also, shout out to the weird fucking CM Punk is my drinking buddy sign. Okay.
Oof. Okay, Chris Jericho, why did you bring a sign? Why did you sneak into the show and bring a sign?
Oh, wait, I missed this. I missed this note for that I had. I was the Hulk Hogan of Japan, so you were a fan of anti-Asian racial slurs.
Well, you know what? Everyone is a little bit racist.
Yes, yeah. He's saying he's saying like anti-Japanese racial slurs as part of his pillow talk.
You know, I don't really want my daughter to date an Asian man unless he's a 7-foot tall basketball player.
Oh God. Anyway, so true comrade CM Punk is here. Lawler on commentary lampshades the pipe bomb because I guess it's a thing we have to do now.
Yeah,
all the time, always.
Now that he's a super popular babyface, now they're going to constantly bring it whenever they can. They're going to be like, "Is CM Punk about to drop another pipe bomb?"
God,
of course, taking away everything that made the pipe bomb cool by trying to manufacture another one.
Yeah, just like running the bit into the ground. It's so annoying.
Classic WWE move.
Really?
So CM Punk taking something that was organically popular and running it into the ground, trying to manufacture it again. I mean, I guess that's just capitalist corporations anyway. But definitely WWE. Definitely they're into it.
They will murder any like organic cool shit in its grave just so they can chase the pop. Absolutely. Are you kidding me? Oh God. If they could say like it, letting Vince McMahon and the WWE discover the internet was just a fucking mistake. I mean, again, I think you could say of any pretty much any capitalist corporation. However,
also that includes the WWE in that sense.
That especially includes the WWE because it's it feels especially dorky when you know that it's being penned by Vince McMahon.
Of course. So CM Punk comes out to lampshade John Laurinaitis using the people power thing because he doesn't even know what the people want. But CM Punk is a good guy and he is here to help John Laurinaitis out.
I'm not going to spell it out for you, but I'm going to give you a hint.
Yeah, so he says we're going to work backwards here and we're going to start with what the people don't want. And he explains what the people don't want to see is you, John Laurinaitis.
Preposterous.
And CM Punk kind of describes John Laurinaitis' current bit as basically just he putting all of his chips on Brock Lesnar and then John Cena just beats him. And so now he is mad and trying to, revenge quest at John Cena here. And he explains that seeing Brock lose is he made your face was as red as your Republican tie.
What a fucking great line that was. Holy shit. That was a good one.
Yeah, and CM Punk then he talks about Johnny Ace going to Japan, and he explains that basically he went to Japan because no territory and no fan in America wanted to pay to see him wrestle. Because he sucks.
Yeah, true.
And absolutely. CM Punk says John Laurinaitis is a joke then, and he's a joke now. And John finally gets back in. He's like, "Hey, Punk, you better be careful." And CM Punk's like, "Yeah, okay, I'll be careful." CM Punk said he's gonna watch the pay-per-view, and he's going to sit there and watch John Cena beat him. And John Laurinaitis digs his own grave here, as after that he's like, "Are you finished?" And CM Punk goes, "Oh, am I finished? Let me ask the people. Am I finished?"
True comrade, CM Punk truly giving the people what they actually want. Oh, what a fucking king. And of course, the people say, actually, yeah, I think you are finished. I think we heard enough of your enough. We generally get the picture, and we are a reasonable group of people who don't need to hear such ideas elaborated on for super long.
Of course, that is not what happened. Of course, the WWE universe was like, "Yes, please say more." And so CM Punk says that John Laurinaitis is stupid, he's ugly, he has no friends, and he's a gigantic toolbox.
Yeah, what a fucking line there. You're a toolbox. That you might want to work out that one a little bit more, Punk, but you did your best.
And so John Laurinaitis' response is that he wasn't preparing for his match with John Cena, that I'd pound you into the ground right now.
Absolutely.
So John Laurinaitis instead puts CM Punk in a match against Lord Tensai tonight. And CM Punk is not surprised that he would do this, and so he's ready. And
he's like, "Yeah, of course." Gotta say, one more thing from this segment I need to shout out is, like, during this segment, every time, like, we cut to the hard cam, you could see some kids on, like, the hard cam side get very excited every single time they made it on screen. It looked like they got, like, a little bit surprised every time they made it on screen, as if they weren't sitting exactly on fucking hard cam side, perfectly positioned to be on screen every single time they cut to the hard cam.
Sure.
Love to see that.
So we cut on to our main event, which is Punk versus Lord Tensai. But as Punk is making his entrance, John Laurinaitis comes out and makes it a handicap match against Lord Tensai and Daniel Bryan. So I guess this is the right time to bring up Lord Tensai, talk about who he is. We haven't mentioned him before. Basically, he is in the Attitude Era. There was a wrestler known as Albert or A-Train. He was basically a big, hairy, burly dude, mid-card guy. Then in the early to mid 2000s, he went over to Japan, became Giant Bernard, and was actually pretty successful over there.
Hell of a name, Giant Bernard.
Yeah. Because basically the best thing to be if you're a non-Japanese wrestler in Japan is be a big foreign dude who hits hard, because that is basically
the culture.
That is the you don't even have to disrespect the culture. Just being a big old burly gaijin is basically like basically the easy way to get over in Japan. Japanese crowds love them big old gaijins.
Man, Big Van Vader just completely set the fucking tone for every single, like, foreigner to come after him, huh?
Not just Vader. You got Bruiser Brody, the Steiner brothers, Andre the Giant, all of them.
Wait, Andre wrestled in Japan?
Hell yeah, he had a whole run in New Japan, yeah.
Oh shit, that rules.
Even frickin' Hulk Hogan kind of fits that mold now that I think about it.
Wait, Hulk Hogan wrestled in Japan?
Hulk Hogan won the G1.
What the fuck?
Hulk Hogan had an extremely successful run in Japan, and though it is kind of most famous for basically two things: is winning the G1, which at the time was a tournament for the very first IWGP Championship.
Oh shit!
So technically speaking, I don't think it's the same belt lineage anymore, but like Hulk Hogan was kind of the first IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, kinda.
Fuck.
And also, he was famous for doing a Japanese interview where he shits on the WWF Championship to be like, this belt, the IWGP belt, is the only one that matters, brother. And then Dave Meltzer got word of it and reported it in his newsletter, and Hulk Hogan was like, "Oh, dude, I didn't say." Hulk Hogan tries to be like, "I didn't say that, dude. You're printing lies, brother." And Dave Meltzer's like,
Fake news.
I have the tape, Hulk. I saw you do the interview."
Hulk Hogan said fake news.
And from
Holy
then, and I think,
shit.
and from then on, Hulk Hogan hated Dave Meltzer, dude.
Of course that fucking started a feud between him and Meltzer. God damn. Of all the reasons to hate Dave Meltzer, that's certainly one of them.
God damn it, he reported my news, dude.
I said something I said something shocking and provocative, and he reported it, dude. That's not okay, brother.
All right, back to what I was getting on. Back to Giant Bernard. Sorry,
Jesus.
it had to.
No, I'm here for this.
Fascinating to talk about Hulk Hogan's history in New Japan Pro Wrestling. After Bernard came back to the WWE, he was repackaged as Lord Tensai, where he's coming out in like samurai getup, and he's got like a Japanese manservant, and he's got like tattoos of Japanese lettering on the side of his head.
Yeah, that one was especially kind of wild. It looked sick, but I was also like,
It's bordering on yellowface, and the only reason I would argue it isn't is because they don't act like he is Japanese. They do say that he went to Japan and honed his craft, but they also don't really acknowledge that he was Albert. It's just
I was wondering about that.
No, the fans certainly did, though. The fans love to chant Albert at
him. Yes. We love fans that know their fucking continuity. Absolutely.
So Lord Tensai, not quite yellowface, more just straight cultural appropriation, really.
Lord Tensai, what a great tagline for him. Lord Tensai, not quite cultural appropriation.
Not quite yellowface, more cultural
not quite yellowface, pardon me. Yeah, Lord Tensai, not quite yellowface. That I would
It's leaning on it, but not there. It's not really, because they don't act like he's Japanese.
The cultural appropriation feels a little more apt, and a little bit of a yikes there. But what you gonna do? He went to Japan, so we gotta make a thing about how he is the big Japan guy, I guess.
He's a big otaku or something. I don't know.
No, but fucking Lord Tensai is just a major weeb.
I mean,
he's like practicing jutsus in the corner as part of his training.
In kayfabe, how else can I interpret this? That he went to Japan, became super successful, then came back with samurai garb. I don't know how else to interpret this, but that he's a weeb.
Oh my god. Lord Tensai, before he comes out for this handicap match against Punk, is like, Master, forgive me, but I'll have to go all out just this once. Oh my god, I love this character so much more all of a sudden, imagining him as a giant fucking weeaboo. He's like, Kenny Omega who? The only weeaboo wrestler for me is Lord Tensai.
So, point is though, is that very soon they will give up on making this guy a thing. This is the fetch of 2012 WWE, is Lord Tensai. But for now, they are still trying very hard to make him a big deal. And that is basically the story of this match. Because whenever Daniel Bryan is in the ring with CM Punk, it's a lot more of an even affair. But whenever Lord Tensai is in the ring with CM Punk, it's honestly a fucking squash.
Yeah, Punk is struggling. Not helped by the fact that apparently Lord Tensai in Japan learned the art of the fucky bullshit heel mist.
He learned the mist!
He learned how to put a dyed water in his mouth and spit it out. Although, I have to give him point, which kind of almost adds to the weeaboo angle for me, because he doesn't So like we get a
He doesn't do what most people. He doesn't do what most wrestlers do with mist, which is literally spit in their eyes.
Spray it in a wrestler's eye. He fucking so it's like the end of the match. Punk's tried to hold his own. He's had an okay time against Bryan and really struggling against Tenzai. And Tenzai fucking like puts his hand in a claw and sprays the mist onto his hand. And then claws like CM Punk in the face as if he has some sort of like magical fucking anime hand. Oh my god.
And yeah, I don't really know what the mist is doing at this point. Is it getting in Punk's eyes? Maybe. I don't know.
Commentary sure is trying to make it sound like it's getting in Punk's eyes. Does it look like Lord Tenzai's hands are connecting terribly well with Punk's eyes? Like the general ocular area of Punk's face? No. So, who's to say, really?
Yeah, so he claws him, and then he choke slams him with the claw, and that is how Tenzai wins the match. Daniel Bryan is just going yesing real hard down at ringside.
One way to commit suicide is every single time, take a shot every time Daniel Bryan says yes. You'll be dead in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I have to say, I shouted this out when we were watching. I gotta respect the like near mechanical perfection with which Daniel Bryan repeats the yes just over and over and over again, sounding nearly pretty like exactly the same every single time he yells it. It sounds as though he has like a goddamn record player halfway down his gullet. And he just opens up his mouth.
He has perfected the tone and rhythm of the yes chants at this point.
It's insane. I don't know how the hell his voice is not like shredded after. Well, maybe it is. His voice does sound kind of a little bit worse for wear these days. But but still, like, Jesus, the fact that he has vocal cords at all, he and Vicky Guerrero could like teach classes on like voice preservation with how they manage to like keep their vocal cords intact despite having insane like yelly spots that they did forever.
Yeah,
and they still do.
Tenzai heads on up to the ramp, and I made a note that he closes his fist menacingly.
Again, perfect anime villain. He's like, Punkaru, we will meet again.
And meanwhile, Daniel Bryan runs in, starts putting the boots to Punk while he's down, and then puts him in the yes lock while he's just yelling yes as Raw goes off.
Yeah, he just yells it for as long as he holds it. This man is insane. Daniel Bryan is absolutely off his rocker, and I love it.
Yep. So we then move on to the May 11th, 2012 episode of SmackDown, where we get a women's match. AJ Lee versus Caitlyn. I made a note that Caitlyn looks real upset. She has a good job of looking sullen and unhappy.
Oh, she does not look happy to be here.
No.
When AJ comes out, Michael Cole shouts out the fact that she's very popular among, as Michael Cole, in Michael Cole's words, so-called nerds. Michael Cole, everyone is very hip with the kids of the generation.
Me.
What are you talking about? Yeah.
Me.
Yes.
So-called nerd. Very much over.
Absolutely.
AJ Lee very much over with me.
It's just the fact that he said so-called nerds as if he's never heard the term nerd before, and he's like, oh, this is one of those newfangled terminology that the kids are using these days.
Which is funny, because when Daniel Bryan was a babyface, Michael Cole called him a nerd every time on commentary.
Maybe Michael Cole's just like bothered by the fact that he's saying nerd in such a way that doesn't like automatically imply that it's pejorative. Michael Cole's very insistent on the fact that he is not a nerd. And
I think that's the problem. He's like confused that the term nerd is a non-pejorative.
He's like, wait, this isn't like a major insult to somebody's character. Is this the same word? Have I been saying the wrong word this whole time? Is this a misprint? What is happening?
Is this nerd? Is this a different word spelled the same?
A so-called nerd. Michael Cole, top of the line.
Yep. The match is very one-sided. AJ Lee immediately does some Luthez presses. It's just whoop a bam, bam, bam. Caitlyn and then hits the Shining Wizard, which for those of you who don't know is a knee to the face when your opponent is on their knees for the win. Pretty quick and easy win on this one. AJ then just starts continuing to beat down Caitlyn, and then out comes Daniel Bryan to act like an asshole.
Well, yeah, so Daniel Bryan notes the fact that AJ Lee is in fact kicking Caitlyn's head in, and also this is the point where Austin pointed out to me as I inquired to it that the brand split is as soft and mushy as an old banana at this point.
Yeah, well, it's one-sided. Right now, there is a brand split in that there are Raw people and SmackDown people. However, every single episode of Monday Night Raw is a Raw Super Show, which means that Raw and SmackDown people can be on Raw. So it's more like Raw gets all the important people and SmackDown gets half because it's the B show.
But even then, later on, Punk shows up on SmackDown for a hot second.
Punk only shows up on SmackDown because he's feuding with Daniel Bryan, who's a SmackDown guy. Otherwise, CM Punk is never going on SmackDown.
Jesus.
Not on your life.
It's funny because he used to be on SmackDown, but not anymore.
Nah, he is too important to be on SmackDown.
Oh, okay.
It's so fascinating because SmackDown was the B show for so long, and it's only when SmackDown got on network TV that now it's kind of the A show.
Yeah, seriously.
Now that they're on Fox, an actually important cable, and actually an important channel, SmackDown is the important show.
Oh, shit. I guess we actually got to pay attention to this stinker. Fine. Yeah.
Damn it!
Anyway. But yeah, so Daniel Bryan, very, very impressed with AJ Lee kicking Caitlyn's head in, and I
wrote down most of what he says here. I'd like to
cover also before you get going, shout out to the Daniel Bryan poster, which has a picture of Daniel Bryan inside of a fucking like French fry frying basket.
I did also see on the last episode, on the last SmackDown, I saw someone had a sign that said "Crying Brian."
Crying Brian. I did notice that too, but Daniel Bryan is definitely my favorite. Good
pun. So
Absolutely.
Daniel he's impressed that AJ Lee is so ruthless, and that now he's seeing her in an entirely new light.
And AJ Lee is clear. He's clearly about to offer AJ Lee a spot in the Blackpool Combat Club. No, wait.
Yeah,
wait.
Wrong timeline. Sorry, too far in the future. We're not there yet.
Okay, but tell me that didn't sound like a wind up for do you want to join the Blackpool Combat? You know, me and Dean Ambrose have been talking. We've got this great idea for like a little project we've been working on.
Yeah. So he's talking to AJ. He said he's ready to move past the tension and angst that they've had with each other the last few weeks. And he said he's really looking forward to moving on after he beats CM Punk for the WWE title. And I was like, oh no.
Oh man.
She's setting herself up to be disappointed. I'm like, oh, here we go.
AJ looks real hopeful.
And he goes, he's really looking forward to moving on to Caitlyn. And then Daniel Bryan does his trolley smirk face,
which is wild because like you can say that to get AJ riled up, but at some point you kind of got to collect on that claim, and I highly doubt that Caitlyn, after spending this whole time being like, you know, Daniel Bryan sucks, AJ, why are you going for him? I somehow doubt that she would take too well to being Daniel Bryan's rebound.
I kind of wish they had explored that angle more, but you know what? Well, that's coming. Like, it would have been interesting. Clearly, Daniel Bryan's just saying it right now to be a douchebag for no reason.
Yeah, but you gotta wonder what his angle is in claiming that, because like nothing's gonna come of it, and it's gonna piss AJ off in the moment, sure, but like
he's just enjoying making her suffer. And honestly, I was kind of glad for this promo to be here because I'm glad that you got to experience Daniel Bryan, the dickhead boyfriend, and not just me telling you about it.
Yeah, Jesus, this guy's a major piece of shit. Like, I love it when Daniel Bryan plays the unapologetic asshole, but it's kind of like fucked how good he is at playing it. It's like, Jesus, he's such a smarmy dick constantly. It just makes you want to punch him in the fucking face.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got that stupid big toothy grin. Like, yeah, I got you. Ah ha ha. And you're like,
I mean, that's AJ thinks about it. She thinks real hard about punching him, but she decides to not do it.
Yeah, fucking boo that she didn't. I know we got our rules about intergender violence on this show or whatever, but fuck off. Smack the shit out of him. You know you wanna.
But then this leads directly into Daniel Bryan's match on the show against it's the Big Show. This is the beanie era of the Big Show. Where he's wearing camo colors and he's got a beanie.
Yeah, hipster Big Show who loves going to artisan coffee houses and talking about how you just don't get the weird art house shit that he likes, man.
So the match only goes a couple of minutes. It basically Big Show throws Daniel around a bit. Then Daniel starts kicking him in the leg. Then he puts in the yes lock, and the bell immediately rings because John Laurinaitis did a screw job on the Big Show.
Yeah, which what?
That it would make more sense if we were following that storyline, because also happening right now is the Big Show is being disrespectful to. He is also being like, man, fuck you, John Laurinaitis. And so John Laurinaitis is taking it out on the Big Show and trying to fuck with him. And that's what this is about. But Daniel Bryan just pieces out of there. Johnny and Big Show have a promo about it afterwards, but we didn't watch it because it's not important to what we're here for. But that is what's going on with them.
Big Show's like, I came over to SmackDown forever ago to escape an asshole GM, and now I'm stuck with you again. God damn it.
So we move on over to the May 14th episode of Raw, where we get a match between CM Punk and Santino Marella, who is the U.S. champion. Against
fucking dream team right there. My good malapropisms boy, who gave me my wonderful nickname for John Laurinaitis, teamed up with, I mean, clearly two of the two best mic workers that WWE ever had, CM Punk and Santino Marella.
1-2.
Yeah. I mean, you got to get the icons together, you know? Absolute dream team. Anyway.
Yeah, and then taking on Daniel Bryan and Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes is here.
Well, this is, whoa, you're only smoking mirrors. Cody Rhodes, who is the Intercontinental Champion right now.
Yup. Yeah, he's enjoying that. Isn't this like, didn't he do a whole thing with like reinventing the Intercontinental belt or whatever?
Yeah, so I don't know. So the Intercontinental belt, I don't know if you're really familiar with the title designs of this belt, but it used to be like this oval, like muted blue kind of a belt. And he specifically, when he won the title, was like, I'm bringing back the old design from like.
He wanted that eagle.
Not the eagle, that's the world title, but the bright white belt that he wears is the OG Intercontinental design.
Yep. Cody Rhodes is a stickler for the classics. What can I say?
Yep. And so I made a note that on commentary they had a whole thing. Michael Cole, because of course he did, tried to paint this as a good thing. But this month, Daniel Bryan was voted in WWE Magazine's Jerk of the Month.
Yeah, baby. They're really going hard with tying in with all like the supplemental media.
They do, and rip in peace, WWE Magazine. I wish you were still a thing. It was a hilarious, like mostly in kayfabe publication. It was kind of fun. I wish it was still here so I could laugh about it.
That sounds great. Also, they say on commentary that Cody had a line about this particular matchup where he said, "There's millions of dollars of talent in this match," and Santino, which, hey, I resent that fact. Santino is worth billions to me. Okay, that man's ability to speak a malapropism, unparalleled.
Of course. I wrote Ambrose. I saw a sign that said Ambrose equals ratings. Smart sign of the year, because at this point in time, I assume this is about Dean Ambrose. I'm going to
take a wild guess.
Dean Ambrose isn't even on NXT yet. NXT isn't even a thing yet. He is not going to debut for like 6 months. So.
Oh shit! Wait. So we got a fucking indie nerd in the house now.
Yeah, man. Right now, at this point in time, Dean Ambrose is just wrestling in front of like 10 people in an armory in Florida Championship Wrestling.
Holy
WWE,
shit.
then WWE's developmental.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. God damn. Okay. You'll love to see the fucking nerds in the audience. God damn.
Yeah. I noticed that it was in the corner of the hard cam on like one of the stairwell seats, and I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck is that doing here?"
I mean, they weren't wrong. They were not remotely wrong. Ambrose does equal ratings, but like, holy shit! Imagine calling that back in 2012 before even fucking Shield was a thing.
Yeah. So. The match is very much a WWE TV tag match, as I call it. It's very much built around, CM Punk gets some hot stuff early, then Santino is there to mostly like get beat up by the heels, and then CM Punk tags in for the hot tag.
Absolutely.
I made a note of they did a bit where CM Punk does a suicide dive to the outside to Daniel Bryan and Cody, and then Santino tries to follow him and he hits his stomach on the middle rope and doesn't make it.
Yeah, no, Santino literally asks Punk to like do a tope suicida on Cody and Daniel, and he's like, all right, now I'm gonna fight. Like, he had this bit all in his mind, and then he just like fucking topples over the rope like a of course he does.
I wonder. I've kind of this as a thought that was coming to me while we were watching this match. Is I wonder what it was that made them decide to start saying it's all tope suicida, which is like the Spanish term. For it is, I wonder how much of that was like wanting to sound more technical and how much of it was not wanting to say the word suicide anymore. I am curious what was the motivations behind phasing out the term suicide dive.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I like the term tope suicida better. It sounds really
I don't hate the term or anything. I noted that shift that like nobody calls it a suicide dive anymore. It is a tope suicida or a tope con hero, depending on how it is done. They're technically not the same dive. But nobody just calls it like suicide dive. And I'm like, I wonder what the decision was to phase that out as a term.
I don't know, but I don't mind the new terminology. Michael Cole on commentary he's got a lot of good. This guy is a goof at Santino Marella, which hot meat kettle. Also, Michael Cole is very confused and agitated over someone on Twitter saying clobbering time. Like,
he has this whole fucking
he's
rant.
Looking through the live tweets clearly.
Yeah, he has a whole rant about this in the next episode, I think. Or no, he did this on pay-per-view is when we get the rant about it.
Right now he just seems confused. Like, he's like, clobbering time? What the hell does that mean?
He doesn't know what CM Punk took that from. Incredible.
He's just so fucking clueless.
Match ends when eventually Daniel Bryan just decides to leave this match. He's had about enough of this.
He's like, fuck this.
CM Punk hits the go to sleep on Cody after he Santino threatens to hit Cody with the Cobra, and so the good guys get the win.
Hey. Also, there was one more thing. We're talking about cross promotion. They also shout out the like fucking website or whatever too. Like
they
oh,
shout out the Facebook. They go to shout out the Facebook page.
No, they didn't. This isn't the Facebook yet. The Facebook is later. They said something about the website. Like it was another kind of like someone getting voted something on the website. I don't fucking know. But they're just hitting up all the cross promotional shit here. They're like check out the magazine, check out the website. We got it all, baby. Content for days, motherfucker.
Yeah. So they call this out on commentary that basically CM Punk, even when he was beating Cody Rhodes up, was only had eyes for Bryan because there's gonna have the pain. Yeah. So then later in the show, backstage, CM Punk is just having a conversation with Alex Riley. Say it to my face.
Absolutely.
And then AJ Lee comes up to him, and Alex Riley's like, "Yeah, I ain't dealing with that crazy. I'm out of here. I'm out." And so AJ Lee plays the nervous fangirl and wishes CM Punk luck on Sunday, which I feel is significant because this is officially the first time. Like she didn't slap. Going back to what she to Bryan and AJ's thing on SmackDown, like. She didn't slap Daniel Bryan, no, but this is the first time she has shown express support for a man who isn't Daniel Bryan. And in fact, is facing Daniel Bryan, if you think about it.
She's like, my affections or my loyalties have finally shifted. This is what you get for being an asshole and threatening toothlessly to hook up with my friend who would never ever dream of deigning to be your bounce back.
Yeah, and CM Punk says, "Hey, thanks, but I'll be honest, I want nothing to do with with the drama going on between you and Daniel Bryan." He's like, "I've known Bryan a long time, and I don't trust him, and I've not met you for very long, but from what I've seen, is you've been kind of unstable, and so." I'm gonna leave now. And
again, I really feel the need to shout this out. All times funnier by the fact that AJ Lee is CM Punk's actual IRL wife.
Oh, just you wait till we get to a thing next time that's gonna make this fair. That's gonna be very funny, knowing that they are IRL married. Trust me.
Oh,
Trust
boy.
Me. But AJ is a sad girl. As I wrote, AJ is sad girl.
She is
as Punk walks away.
She's really sad girl over this. It's she's just like the puppy energy that's emanating off of her. Oof. Oh man.
Yeah, so we move on to the May 18th episode of SmackDown for important context because we're opening with another John Laurinaitis promo, and it's because a lot of stuff has been happening about this storyline. But to start,
Laurinaitis is wearing his Democrat tie. So, we're allowed to like him again.
He is sad because the board of directors has laid down the law in a couple of things about this match with John Cena on Sunday. Number one, if John Cena wins, John Laurinaitis is fired.
Oof.
Number two, it will be a no disqualifications match. And number three, if any current WWE employee interferes on John Laurinaitis' behalf, they will also be fired.
Ha! Which I love how it's no disqualifications, except you can't have anyone in your fucking corner, you piece of shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be 1-on-1, you little bitch. And so John Laurinaitis. So now John Laurinaitis is realizing that all of his plans to bullshit this match are basically in the toilet. So he's very sad.
John Laurinaitis has said he's lost his smile. And that's why he has to vacate the title or something.
Something like that.
Something like that. But he's like, the board of directors has limited how I can interact with John Cena during this match. Okay, dude.
And he said the board of directors has set him up as a lamb to slaughter.
Oh,
and it's unfair.
God. It's unfair. As opposed to John Laurinaitis, who is very fair and balanced, TMC and R.
as opposed to what John Laurinaitis intended to do in the match, which was, of course, going to be very fair. This is making him go one-on-one with John Cena straight up. That's the definition of unfair, I think.
Yeah, no, I just wish we could have seen the board meeting where Vince walked up to John Laurinaitis and goes, "John, you have to beat Cena on Sunday, or you're fired." But my favorite thing about this too is he's indignant about it, and he's very clear about the fact he's indignant about it. But then he also goes on to just flatly admit that I'm pissed about this. Even though I'm the one who asked for this match in the first place, it's so fucking unfair. I got put in this position. How could I ever have seen this coming? He's like, I basically set myself up for this, but it's all the board's fault. Actually, no, it's not the board's fault, because he fucking goes on to elaborate that.
Oh no, we gotta wait for that. That's the whole.
Oh, we gotta wait for that. Okay, well, in the meantime, it's the board's fault. Sit tight.
Yeah, but John Laurinaitis sewing. Yeah, fuck yeah, this is great.
Yeah, fuck yeah, this is great.
John Laurinaitis reaving. What the fuck?
Fuck.
God damn it. But he misspeaks and says, I'm approaching 40. He's 50 is what he meant to say.
He's like, which I still don't know if that was intentional or not on his part.
It didn't read like he was intentionally downplaying his age.
It was such a subtle moment of I'm approaching 40, and I'm looking at him like, really, you are in your late 30s right now, John Laurinaitis. Are you sure?
I don't have the ability, the athletic ability I used to.
Well, maybe you should have thought of that before you fucking entered yourself in a match with John fucking Cena.
Again, reaping, sowing. Sowing, reaping again.
Also, even though last week he was trying to claim that he was the best wrestler Japan has ever seen, he still got it, motherfucker.
Now this week he's like, please no, don't put me in a match with John Cena. Ooh woo.
John Laurinaitis. Ooh woo.
Ooh woo.
John Laurinaitis saying ooh woo is something that would just allow me to expire of pure happiness on the spot.
But he ends his promo. He's asking for the fans' support,
thoughts and prayers. He wants thoughts and prayers.
He's like, even if you don't have to cheer for me, but tonight when you lay down in bed, please say a prayer for me.
You know what? All of my thoughts and prayers, my impotent, pathetic thoughts and prayers to you, John Laurinaitis. Absolutely.
And out comes CM Punk again. Where CM Punk, he says, he's talking about how he's not even a very praying type of guy, but even he has been praying. And everyone has been praying.
What are you praying for, Punk?
And their prayers have been answered.
They have? I wonder how.
So he's basically talking about how excited he is that John Laurinaitis is about to be fired.
Yeah, baby.
CM Punk wishes Johnny Ace the best of luck in his future endeavors.
Ooh, that one felt good to hear.
And he explains after the pay-per-view that night on Raw, they're going to throw a party bigger than Mardi Gras. It's going to even it's going to extend all the way to SmackDown.
I wish we could see that, of them signing off Raw with a party, and then they open SmackDown and everyone's still fucking partying.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, everyone's been memeing recently about how they want to see an episode of Dynamite end with Claudio doing the swing on someone, and then Rampage starts with him still swinging somebody. Fuck that! I want to see this party rage on from Raw to SmackDown. That would be even fucking better.
Incredible. Yeah, incredible. But then CM Punk gets serious for a minute, and he says, do you realize how much you make people miserable? Do you realize how much you abuse your power?
Oh, what a line that aged like fine fucking wine.
And he brings up, okay, so on Monday, there was a very long, very uncomfortable to sit through promo where John Laurinaitis made the Big Show get on his knees and beg for his job, and the Big Show was crying, and John Laurinaitis fired him anyway.
Jesus Christ.
He makes reference to this and talks about how he made a 7-foot-tall giant beg and cry for his job on Monday. And then he brings up Teddy Long and embarrassing him for weeks on end here on SmackDown. And he ends it with
ultimate sin in my book. Fuck you. Free Teddy Long.
Free Teddy Long. And then he ends it with, how does it feel to be on the other side of the stick for once?
Oh, based.
And John Laurinaitis' immediate answer, the first thing he says in response to CM Punk accusing him of abusing his power, I'm still the general manager of SmackDown here. I can still do whatever I want. Yeah. I can still make any match I want. And so tonight, he makes CM Punk versus Kane. So that was my first note, is that CM Punk does this whole speech about how John Laurinaitis abuses his power. And the first thing John Laurinaitis does in response is to abuse his power. And
John Laurinaitis says yes and.
Mm-hmm. And CM Punk, he says he's not going to lie. He is concerned about Kane tonight, but he's not going to run to the board of directors to complain about it. And he respects, and he's a man, and he respects Kane, but he doesn't respect you. And he talks about that this time next week, I'll still be WWE champion, and you'll be hanging out in the unemployment line.
And then Punk walks off.
So he leaves, and I could have cut this off, but I kind of wanted the villain breakdown of John Laurinaitis. So
absolutely.
So his response to this, to pointing to the crowd, you like that, don't you? You like when someone makes fun of their boss? And
yeah, baby.
He talks about how he works so hard, and he does it for all the people out here, but the harder he works, the more people crap on me. And he says that he's decided that he doesn't blame John Cena or CM Punk. He doesn't blame them for their actions. He blames the fans for supporting their actions. And he says, if this is my last night on SmackDown, you ingrates, you all could go to hell.
You know, I thought for sure he's like, I'm going to give you the shittiest show as I can book. Or like, you're going to watch all of your favorites die tonight. But now he's just like, go to hell, and then leaves. Oh my God. But say the line, heel. You people. Yay!
Yay! Yeah.
Yeah, so he you peoples all over the place, and then just kind of like impotently leaves in a huff. Oh man, this whole thing is so fucking, it's so cathartic to watch John Laurinaitis have a fucking breakdown over losing his job because he abused his power a little too close to the sun. Oh man, love it when this shit is relevant.
Yep, 100%.
Oh boy, woof.
So then a little later in the show, Daniel Bryan has a match with Zack Ryder, kind of just at a bit of a squashy squash.
Yeah.
Just to get him out there, getting the dub. And after that, we get an extremely too close-up picture of Kane.
Yeah,
right up in his eye. Like,
is that a common practice back then?
No. I was like, whoa there. What the fuck are you doing? Back up.
They're like, Kane's like, hey, do I have something in my eye? And the cameraman like zooms in so he gets like, in fucking, restaurant quality 4K, can like check to see if there's something in Kane's eye. And they're like, and we're back from commercial. Shit.
God damn it. All right, let's go. And that is because the Kane versus Punk match is up next. Daniel Bryan stuck around to do guest commentary.
Yeah, didn't know that was I'm used to DB getting the guest commentary in these days if it's someone whose ass he wants to kick, but it's wild to me because again, when I was introduced to, and I talked about this in the front half, when I was introduced to Daniel Bryan, I was introduced to him as this like kind of loser goofball who's palling around with Kane and like had to go to anger management. So I just kind of figured like that he spent this era as a dork, but like he's pretty close to like current Daniel Bryan here. Like he is the technician whomst will make you feel all of the pain. And he's a cynical asshole, and he just kind of wants to wrestle and win and hurt people a little bit and enjoy his psychological warfare.
Yeah.
It's wild how close that is to just like kind of what he's doing in the year of our Lord 2022. I mean, it's wild to see on WWE TV. I'm like, this is missing about 5 layers of goofiness. Stop playing this so straight. This feels wrong.
Hold on a minute. Yeah, on commentary, Daniel Bryan claims to know over 100 submission moves.
Yeah, Jesus. Which doesn't stack up to that whole man of 1,000 holds guy, but
yeah, he's no Dean Malenko, but you know, he knows a lot of moves.
It's a start anyway.
But it's the early match is very much they're playing up the idea that CM Punk is smarter than Kane. He's playing he is picking his spots right, but Kane is just a bigger dude. He is bigger and stronger. And the turning point is really Kane has CM Punk down in the corner, and he drop kicks Punk's ribs into the ring post.
Yeah.
And for that pretty much they sell that as like he's hurt his ribs, and Daniel
Bryan commentary is like Daniel Bryan commentary is like, yeah, I ain't gonna heal before Sunday. He's very enthusiastic about the rib offense here.
Yeah, so and that puts Punk on the back foot pretty much the rest of the match.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Daniel Bryan, he actually takes the time to draw parallels to his and CM Punk's journeys coming from the independent wrestling scene. And then they both,
he highlights this too.
And then they both become champions in WWE. He was the world champion very recently, and now and CM Punk's the current WWE champion. One of the few notes I actually made of spots, because I do not make enough notes about spots in matches.
Yeah.
But I made a note of a super smooth kind of series of moves. Punk, he hits the Kane with the Mongolian chops on the top rope. Then he goes straight into the Macho Man elbow drop, and then he transitions into the Anaconda Vice submission.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude. The whole Punk is smart and wily versus Kane is big and scary angle. I mean, I always love when stuff like this gets played up. Like it's the David and Goliath dynamic with a little twist of like really playing up the like mental fuckery that the littler guy's able to do. And like Punk versus Kane is a cool matchup that, I mean, I know we're gonna be seeing more of it, but like that doesn't feel like a standard matchup for either of them. Like Punk doesn't seem like the type of guy for Kane to go after and vice versa. So seeing them together in ring is really cool, and seeing how like they match up their styles. Because yeah, Kane is just like the brutalist ass kicker, and Punk is over here being like, nah man, you're gonna fall for all my little tricks, and it's a matter of like, because Kane's depicted as pretty smart too. So it's a matter of like if Punk can like get something over on him. It's not like the big dumb giant. Like Kane's kind of smart. So like this whole there is tension to it, because Punk has demonstrated feats of strength and Kane has demonstrated feats of cunning in the past. So seeing kind of who could win out of the two of them is interesting. Except that Daniel Bryan gets told on commentary that someone insinuates that Daniel Bryan can't break the spirit of CM Punk or any of his other competitors.
Booker T is who makes this remark.
Yes, and Daniel Bryan gets very indignant about the fact that he can in fact break somebody's spirit. How dare you say otherwise? And so this obviously gets his wheels a turning, because in order to do some fucking spirit breaking, my man, toward the end of the match, Punk and Kane are both on the outside. They're kind of sprawled away from each other. Daniel Bryan gets up, takes his chair with him for commentary, folds it up, and is about to go and hit Punk. But Punk turns around, sees it. The ref sees this. So Daniel Bryan kind of takes stock of the situation for a second, and turns around, fucking slams Kane in the back with the chair. Punk gets DQ'd, and then Daniel Bryan goes whoop, 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 out of there and sets it up to make it look like Punk was the one who hit Kane.
Yeah, the real genius of the setup is that after that CM Punk chases after Bryan, picks up the chair to go chase Bryan, and then Kane sees Punk with the chair and thinks that Punk used it. And this sets off Kane, who starts beating Punk to death with the steel chair. He throws him into the announce table, throws him into the barricade, and then he throws him back in the ring and gives him 2 choke slams.
Yes.
All while Daniel Bryan is standing at the stage and just smiling and smirking all the way home.
Dude, I fucking love how I love how Daniel Bryan took the thing that John Laurinaitis was trying to do with John Cena and is like, watch me do it 10 times better than you and make it look like fucking effortless just to get the monster to do my bidding without him even realizing it. What a wily bastard. Love it that he's showing up Laurinaitis. Oh, he's so fucking evil. Although I do have to wonder how that'll fare out for him, assuming Kane will inevitably watch the replay and realize that was not in fact CM Punk.
No, he won't. What we've talked about this is that in WWE, nobody watched. We talked about this last week. In WWE, nobody watches the show. So Kane will never know.
Would no one bring it up to him? Would no one be like, hey, Kane, so isn't that fucking wild how Daniel Bryan attacked you last week? And Kane would be like, huh? No one brings that up to him. Is he that scary to approach in the locker room? I know he's a big demon guy, but you'd think after a while he starts becoming.
I mean, probably. I don't remember the minutiae here, but I don't know. Probably they won't bring it up to him.
What the fuck? Wait! I was ready for Daniel Bryan to do a bit of sowing and reaping here. What?
I mean, I guess I don't know for sure how this is gonna go, but. We talk about seed planting. If you're wondering how Kane gets started involved in this whole shebang, it would be right here.
Yeah. Which, okay.
All right.
We kind of fucking ham-fisted way to get your trios thing in is just have it set up on accident by John Laurinaitis abusing his power in real time just to randomly try to feed Punk to Kane. But, sure.
Mm-hmm. All right, moving on to Over the Limit. Before we actually get to the match, I feel like I should bring up how this storyline with Laurinaitis and Cena goes, because that storyline has been so crucial to our entire arc.
Yeah.
So far, I feel like I should just go ahead and mention what happens. What happens is the Big Show interferes because he was not a current WWE employee as of the match. And
what?
so...
Wait, what? Because he got fired. Hey!
He got fired by John Laurinaitis, and then he turned heel and helped Laurinaitis win the match. So...
What?
John Laurinaitis beat John Cena in the main event of a pay-per-view in 2012. And they explained that Big Show signed an ironclad contract with the WWE in exchange for helping Laurinaitis, so he could not be fired. And everybody hated that.
What the fuck?
So after all of that, Laurinaitis still has a job.
God damn it.
Sorry about that.
No. God, that makes me sad and angry. Fuck yourself. Well, hey, at least he doesn't have a job anymore these days.
Yep.
You can't escape the inevitable, Johnny.
Dread it, run from it. Destiny arrives all the same.
All the same. So the phantom of John Laurinaitis' impending sex scandals just watching from the shadows. Yes.
But all right, back to what we actually watched to do with Punk and Bryan.
Yes.
Josh Matthews does an interview with Punk, he does a recap video of the SmackDown thing with Kane, and he asks CM Punk how he feels right now. And CM Punk is like, well, I feel like crap. And the only reason I'm smiling at all is because John Laurinaitis is about to be fired.
Well.
And so CM Punk does a thing. They really play up on this pay-per-view the idea that like Punk and Bryan are not the usual kind of wrestlers who are in this position. Yes. Read small indie guys.
Absolutely.
And CM Punk says, you know, if you asked Vince McMahon 10 years ago how he'd feel about Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk for the WWE title, Vince McMahon's response would be two things. First,
of all,
who the hell is CM Punk? And who the hell is Daniel Bryan?
Which, gotta say, A+ Vince impression from Punk there. That was good.
And yeah, that was very much the angry Vince impersonation with that when he gets up here, his voice out here.
And then I love the idea of him getting very angry over being asked about two wrestlers who don't work for him. You know what? That actually seems very on brand for Vince. Are you insinuating that wrestlers exist outside of the company that I run?
Yeah, I don't. It's well documented that Vince's knowledge of things outside of WWE is lacking.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta appreciate the dedication to his own brand, I guess, but Jesus, man, it's so fucking funny just how clueless he is of anything outside of his own little fucking bubble.
And then CM Punk mentions that like then Vince's head would explode at the idea of it.
Oh, if only.
So CM Punk, he starts talking about fighting Bryan, and he says it won't be a 5-star classic, which that's kind of a bit of a lie, wasn't it? And then
no, he said it's. I think he said it's not just going to be a 5-star classic. It's going to be like two dudes.
He's about to say it's going to be a fight. I think.
Yeah.
He was about to say, but he gets interrupted, and in comes AJ Lee again, and AJ Lee is a lot more confident than she was on Monday. She's coming in all assertive and confident, and she says it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. And she once again wishes Punk good luck.
Oh, she's giving Punk them suplex me eyes.
And I made note that Punk seemed a little off-put. He was giving a little off balance by AJ coming in so self-confident.
Yeah, he's like, well, okay, because she doesn't really, she doesn't say all that much. She's just kind of like giving him these like wide, fucking horny doe eyes.
It's a completely different vibe to how she talked to him on Monday.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't know where the confidence came from, but she's definitely ready to make some fucking moves on Phil Brooks over here.
CM Punk in that moment would be like, you know what? I guess AJ is kind of hot now that I think about it.
Yup. Yeah, no. He's like, I always hear what they say about those crazy bitches, which, but you know, that's probably where they're going with this. Oh wait, yeah, you told me. Punk's like, Punk at one point is like, the crazy bitch is the hot one, so cool.
Yep. So then our final match of this episode, obviously, Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk at Over the Limit.
As they're coming out, future fucking apparently fucking Oracle of the future Jerry Lawler says something to the effect of maybe AJ has moved on and has feelings for Punk now, which I mean. It's very obvious, I guess, but like
obviously within the context of the storyline, that's kind of what they're implying. But also, it's like, man, Mr. Nostradamus over here.
I do love though how like everyone else on commentary is kind of like incredulous that he would insinuate that. Like, well, I guess we'll see, Jerry, but I don't know. Like, did you not see the fuck me eyes? Like, okay.
Jerry Lawler's always looking for fucking
He's
eyes.
always Jerry Lawler's very attuned to the fuck me eyes. Especially the younger and younger woman gets. Anyway.
Oh well, I mean, actually, in a couple of years, when AJ Lee is doing guest commentary as Divas champion, she says something to the effect of I'm too old for you, Jerry.
Fucking based AJ Lee lampshading the fact that she works with a goddamn pedophile. Amazing.
Indeed. Anywho, during this entrance is when Cole has an entire has a kind of tirade about CM Punk taking his catchphrase, "It's clobbering time," from a comic book character.
Yeah. Who might that be, Cole?
Yeah, I would like to know if Cole knows the Thing.
I love that he clearly got debriefed from the last time he got annoyed about the clobbering time thing when he had no idea what that was, and someone told him, "Oh, it's a comic book." He's like, "Oh yeah, no, I totally knew that," and then just proceeds like, in the back of his mind, what the fuck is a comic book?
Man, Cole has come so far. To nowadays when the New Day dress as Final Fantasy characters at WrestleMania, Michael Cole says Final Fantasy references on commentary.
What the Michael Cole when he finally turned face is like, maybe I should give this whole nerd culture thing a try.
Yeah, like, I have to hear Michael Cole use the word Moogle, and I'm like, what?
2 weeks later, Michael Cole was like in his gaming chair, strung out on Red Bulls with like empty like pizza boxes laying around him, like after a fucking all-night binger playing Civ or some shit, and he's like, I love it. And now he is a mega nerd. You'll love to see it. And that's why he's a good guy.
Yeah. And Jerry Lawler even tries to call him out on Michael Cole being ignorant and stupid about the Thing. He's like, "What's wrong with using the catchphrase of the Thing, Michael?" And Michael's like, "Says the man wearing a Superman ring. What are you doing? Shut up."
Yeah, great. I hate that I'm siding with Jerry Lawler on this one, but like, he does, what the fuck? What does that mean about anything? Oh, yeah, he's wearing a Superman ring. He knows comic book shit you don't. What?
It means he's a nerd not worth listening to is what that means.
Oh, God. Why am I agreeing with you? Anyway. Also, baby Justin Roberts is here.
Yeah. As AEW fans now, he is doing he does ring announcing for AEW now, but he did work for the WWE for a very long time.
It's so good to hear his voice. Oh, he's got the best fucking voice ever.
He still does his John thing, but now he does it with John Cena instead.
John Cena.
Yeah,
he really likes the name
John Cena, and now he does Jon Moxley.
Justin Roberts, big John guy.
Yep, love saying John.
Love saying the word John. John Laurinaitis. Anyway.
So, Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, I took not enough notes for this match, really. But
no, it was just dope.
Fantastic match.
I mean, exactly what you would fucking expect. It ruled.
Yeah, it's kind of high. It's always heralded as a highlight of 2012 WWE is that time CM Punk and Daniel Bryan had a one-on-one match on pay-per-view, and it went like 20 minutes.
Oh my god, absolutely incredible.
It was just kind of a fantastic back and forth wrestling match. Like,
yeah, no,
wrestling.
All the technical skills were out on display. There was a lot of clear strategy going on. Daniel Bryan doing his thing of like really trying to fucking hammer at injured body parts on Punk. I mean, it's kind of the classic move, but DB especially is the kind of person who specializes in that kind of offense, and it's horrifying to see every time. He's one of those guys who looks like he just dissects his opponent in the ring. And CM Punk, obviously people go on and on about how fucking good Punk is on the mic, and for good reason. He is. But I don't think he gets nearly enough talk proportionally to his great kind of like Wiley Fox style in ring. I mean, we're talking about this with the Kane match. But CM Punk just is portrayed as this insanely intelligent, insanely crafty wrestler. He's played as the type of person who above all, can get a read on his opponent, which is part of what makes him good on mic, but also it makes him great in ring. Like, he's just able to like look around and lock on to just little weaknesses that, like, once in a while, little openings that he can exploit. And it's paired with Daniel Bryan's spider-like technical offense. It's so fascinating to watch this war in particular, because Punk because DB will just go in like trying to find every possible way he can to murderize Punk, and it's just Punk having to get around that and finding every little spot he can to get the drop on DB. And the spots where that happens are insane.
I think CM Punk, but between the fact that, like, as a talker, he's an all-timer, and also the fact that he's never been quite as athletic as a lot of his, like, lauded indie peers, and I think it kind of gets forgotten sometimes how good of how smart of a wrestler he really is.
Oh my God.
It's how he was able to keep up with the guys who were more athletic and exciting to watch than he necessarily was in ring.
Well, and it's all consistent with his character too.
Yeah, 100%. So it's honestly, it was basically just watching like a wrestling chess match here for this match.
Absolutely. And there was a great moment where God, I forget exactly how it played out, but it was basically like they kind of had like competing bridges going or something, where they kind of had each other like they were kind of locked into each other's arms, and they basically got it so that I think it was Daniel Bryan down on the ground, and CM Punk kind of like arched over and spidered over him, and their faces were so close together. I'm like, kiss, 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 kiss. It looked that. Shout out to Claire, wherever she may be doing her cool shit right now. Talk about that was one of those moments of the sexual tension being at its fucking peak. Oh, beautiful moment.
Absolutely. And so the match kind of wraps up where Daniel Bryan has CM Punk in the yes lock. However, CM Punk rolls Bryan on over onto his shoulders.
Yes.
Punk's shoulders are not up, are a little bit up, and Daniel Bryan is pinned 1, 2, 3. But right after that, CM Punk taps out. As I wrote, they ronded him because thinking this SummerSlam 2022. That's on my mind right now.
Oh God.
But yeah, they did that spot. It's not uncommon. It pops up every once in a while, but yeah, pinned the guy in the submission, but he tapped out. So this guy with the submission's like, "What the fuck? Why did I lose?"
I called him tapping. Why did I lose? Despite I don't know how the fuck you could feel Punk tapping, but not Punk like pinning his shoulders to the floor. But whatever.
So
but yeah, that was again the great like thing about getting a read on the opponent and just finding every little opening you can. Punk at that point, it clearly like was disoriented and everything, but they still had him get the drop on Bryan like that, and fucking again brilliant like mental dissection of an opponent. Holy shit.
So CM Punk kind of sneakily gets away with one here, and Daniel Bryan is coping and seething.
Big mad. Huge mad.
And so we kind of end this first chapter, with nothing truly resolved, which is kind of a narrative reason why it's going to keep going. And that
absolutely,
it was, officially a clean win. Nobody cheated or anything, but it was a bit of a tight one. And Daniel Bryan did make Punk tap, so Bryan is not done. And Kane now has beef with Punk too. And AJ Lee is over here kind of feeling some kind of way about the best in the world. And as we said at the top of the second half here, this was a lot of setup for the meat of where this arc goes. A bit of a straightforward story between who's the best in the world at
Yeah,
the wrestling.
I gotta say, this one was fucking solid.
Mhm.
I really, I really enjoyed this entry. I mean, a lot of goofy shit, a lot of shit to make fun of. Fuck John Laurinaitis with all my heart. But at the core of it, I mean, we have two of my absolute faves going at, oh god, and the AJ Lee stuff is so fucking cringy. Oh god, I know as that ramps, I'm gonna hate it so much. Um, but
And
like, but
I'll just be over here in my nostalgic bubble, being like, "This is great." This is
from the offset, like we got two of my faves working
Mhm.
each other and doing what they do best, and that angle of it was quite good. So like this was clearly they had the makings of some good shit here. It's just it's all weighed down by the kind of trademark WWE goofiness, especially of that era. So it's just kind of how much mileage you get out of being able to live with the fact that a lot of it's gonna be kind of fucking dumb.
Though to their credit, I mean, they did a story about like who is the bestest wrestler, and they let him go have like a 20-25 minute pay-per-view match.
Yeah, that part was exciting, and when WWE lets its wrestlers do like real good wrestling TM, man, you get some good shit out of it.
Mm-hmm. So that's the bat of that one. Chapter 1. We're gonna have 2 more episodes in this arc, detailing kind of the full summer of 2012. But that is for a later date. For next time, we finally come to an end of our ECW journey.
Oh man.
No, we certainly remembered November. Not necessarily
maybe not in the way they wanted us to. However, I do remember it quite strongly.
But Sandman is not permanently disabled or anything. He can still wrestle.
It worked.
So it is time for the final confrontation between Tommy Dreamer and the Sandman for now, of course.
And Cairo was right. Hashtag.
Absolutely. Hashtag Cairo was right. But that is for next time. Until then, David, hit our plugs.
Yes, sir. All right, dear friends. Thank you for joining us on yet another episode of the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast. Thank you so much for being here. Returning listeners, viewers, what have you. You guys know the drill. Thanks again for once again welcoming us back into your eardrums, your eyeballs, whatever it is you use to consume our content. We are so delighted to have you here. We hope you keep coming back week after week as you keep doing. Brand new people, hello. We here at the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast like to think we are friendly to both noobs and knockouts alike. So, welcome. We hope you've had a great time here, whether you're brand new to the whole wild, wacky world of wrestling or you're a veteran of the discourse and all that good shit. Either way, we hope you've had a great time here. We hope you want to keep coming back to have a great time with us week after week after week. If you would like to keep having a great time with us and you're not entirely sure how to do so, not to worry, my friends, I have you covered. First of all, you can find us on YouTube. We are the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast on YouTube. Hit subscribe and ring that bell. Make sure it turns a nice little solid color so you get notifications every single time we drop a brand new episode. Give us all that sweet engagement. Check out all of our playlists. Austin is kind enough to organize all of the arcs and eras and shit that we follow into their own separate playlists. So if there's something you want to follow all the way down without having to do a whole lot of skipping, you have that option. There's also the video aspect to watching us on YouTube. You can check out our beautiful video feeds, our awesome pretty HUD, and all the little visual gags we had in there for the people who take the time to actually look at our beautiful faces. Of course, though, if you're a fan of the audio-only experience, we have you covered there. We are on 3 of the best places to find your podcast: Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. Check us out there. Give us a good old 5-star rating. Give us a nice little happy review. Download our episodes. All that good shit, that engagement, and tells the algorithm and tells other people that these guys are pretty cool, and I don't know, maybe you should consider checking them out. I don't know. I'm just saying. So, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts to find the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast. Of course, you can also get in contact with us on the interwebs. Find us on social media, folks. First and foremost is our Twitter, at Noobs and KnoxPod on Twitter. That's at Noobs, the letter N, KnoxPod on Twitter. Come check us out there. It's a great time. We do memes. We do discourse. We post every single time we drop a brand new episode, so you guys know what the hell's going on at all times. And, of course, the highlight of our Twitter is weekly wrestling live tweeting. My friend, what is on the docket coming up?
Of course. So, as usual, every week at 8 p.m. Eastern on TBS. is AEW Dynamite. Both me and David consistently watch that live. I was there live in Columbus, Ohio, on their August 3rd. So yeah, it's pretty fucking sick. But normally we are both just watching live on TV and live tweeting the show. In addition, I keep up with WWE, AEW, and Impact Wrestling pay-per-views, so we live tweet those as well. Upcoming for WWE is on September the 3rd is Clash at the Castle, WWE's first major pay-per-view in the United Kingdom since 1992. And this is fucking crazy because now that we are in the Triple H era of WWE, I admit I'm following a lot closer these days than I normally do for this, so I can actually speak with a little more authority on what's happening. So, upcoming for the Uwu title.
We love the Uwu title.
The undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Roman Reigns, acknowledge me, Uwu.
Uwu.
Against Drew McIntyre.
Wait,
European
not Brock Lesnar? Witchcraft of the highest order.
Yep. So Drew McIntyre, he's Scottish, is gonna please beat Roman.
Please.
Ooh. And then we also have set for the SmackDown Women's Championship after Liv Morgan kind of got one over on Ronda Rousey. Now she's gonna take on one of Ronda Rousey's besties as Shayna Baszler won a gauntlet match on SmackDown to compete for the title. Pulling hard for Liv Morgan on this one because I like Shayna Baszler more than a lot of people do. But she was NXT Women's Champion for like 600 days. I think I've seen enough of her as champion to last a lifetime.
And also, fuck her being friends with Ronda Rousey.
Oof. So then up next for AEW is All Out on September the 4th. Next day. Great. So far, we only have one match set for All Out that I can finally talk about because David finally has caught up on Dynamite.
Oi.
But we are going to have a tournament for the first ever AEW World Trios Champions, and the tournament final will be at All Out.
Hell yeah, brother.
And then for Impact Wrestling, this past week they finally officially announced that Impact Bound for Glory 2022 will be on Friday, October the 7th. Finally got that date down. Obviously, that's still a couple months out, but I will be watching and live tweeting that show as well, and we'll talk about matches for that show as they start coming up.
Hell yeah. Be sure to check all that out, folks. It's a great time over on the Twitter. Austin and I have fun. If you like, for some reason, listening to us ramble for a couple hours on end about wrestling shit over here, you'll like the Twitter. All our voices kind of carry over. It's like watching along with us. It's a good time. Austin's got his really smart insights. I just meme it the hell up and get hype about stupid shit, yada, yada. Either way, good time. Check us out on Twitter, at Noobs and Knockouts Pod on Twitter. But, of course, if you want to get in super direct contact with us, we also have an email address. You can email us, noobsandknockoutspod@gmail.com. That's noobs, the word and this time, knockoutspod@gmail.com. Come check us out there. Come say hi. Tell us what you like about the show, what you don't like, requests of what you want to see more of, or arcs, eras, companies, special media, wrestling adjacent, whatever. Tell us that our hot takes are super based and red-pilled, or that they suck and that we need to shut our goddamn mouths. Whatever it is, start discourse with us. Come say hi. We love to say hi back. noobsandknockoutspod@gmail.com. And finally, you can find us on Patreon. We are also the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast on Patreon. $1 a month gives you early access to episodes and a shout-out at the end of each episode. Shout out to our $1 tier friend of the show, the Sugar Daddy Kyle Smith, for his financial support of our show. Enjoy your perks, buddy. If you want to enjoy perks along with Kyle, $1 on the Patreon Noobs and Knockouts Podcast.
Yep. See y'all next time.
Hasta luego.